Hi everyone, here I am again. Now we're gonna proceed with my life story. Somebody asked me where to find me. Okay, my real name is Albertina, but I am known as Tina and Black Power. You find me also under Tina Lebea or Tina Graf Lebea. Okay, let's dive deep into my life story. After my grandmother's burial, it took me about 2 weeks to go back to school. And these 2 weeks that I was preparing for myself to go back to school, it was kind of scary because it was winter time, and you can imagine winter in South Africa, it was so cold. And preparing myself to go back to school, wearing obviously a school uniform, and I had to go to school, and I had no shoes. I had no hand gloves. It was cold. And this long distance was so crazy because when you walk and walk and walk, you have nothing. You are feeling cold. You have no shoes. You have no hand gloves. And the uniform was kind of torn apart, a hole there, a hole there. But you know what? My grandmother had a very, very good idea. She had a great solution that she could find, to make us feel warm when we go to school. She actually took some coal, and she put it on the stove because those days we used to have a stove that we used to make fire out of coal and wood and paper. So that's how we used to make fire those days. And my grandmother, of course, she took the stones and put them on the stove, and then when they were warm, she covered them with a paper, and then imagine a bunch of us at home, all those children, waiting in a line for our grandmother to give us the stones to carry so we don't have cold hands. So we are walking at school, especially myself. Others were going that direction, and I was going that direction, holding that warm stone in my hand, walking. And in my head, I was just thinking, one day I'm gonna really sing. And this kind of music of that woman, Tina Turner, it was like in my head, and I could not even feel the distance. It was for me just clear. That's when I started studying myself while I was walking to school and told myself, one day the day is gonna come, an opportunity is gonna come that I'm gonna be able to sing, because it was in my head. And by the time I was about 13 years old. And this time of the year, it was for me like, wow, you're going to school, you have no shoes, you have no hand gloves, you have nothing. But that didn't really matter for me because my own vision at the age of 13, I just told myself, life goes on. I'm not gonna give up with anything. I lost my mother, I lost my grandmother, lost my father, lost the people I loved, but I was motivated with life. At the age of 13, I was moving, and I could feel that I am not gonna be afraid of anything now. It is winter time, I'm going to school, I'm going to achieve something. By going to school, I was forgetting all my problems. I was forgetting all my sorrows. I was forgetting things that happened during my childhood. Anyway, I was still a child though, but it was really, really crazy for me. And walking back home, I had a vision. I saw myself like performing on stage. This was crazy, just because of one person that I've heard in the radio, and that motivated me. And while the time was going on, then the school was happening. I was attending my school, but I was motivated. Then one of those good days, then we had these riots that occurred in 1976. By then, I was 15 years old. Then the struggle began. That's when now the riots began. The apartheid was there now. We could feel it because now this was the time when we blacks had to fight. And I was 15 years old when the time went on. With the age of 15, I was involved in the worst riots in my life I've ever seen. People, next time I'm gonna continue with my story. Is gonna be even more mind-blowing, hurting, mind-blowing. You're gonna know exactly what kind of apartheid, what kind of racism I felt in my childhood. But now, this racism made me strong. Next Friday, we're gonna carry on with my story. So, stay cool, press the button, share and like, subscribe. Next Friday, I'm gonna see you again going strong. But now, I'm gonna tell you a story about the meaning of racism and apartheid. Thank you. Bye, guys.